Hi everyone, it's Lori from Enchanted Dreams 71 and welcome to my craft room. I hope you are all happy, healthy, and blessed today. And I want to thank you for coming over and showing my channel some support. So today we are going to do the flip through of our pink journal that we just finished. And the cover is from Sharon at Sharon Some Sparkle on Etsy. And it is wrapped or tied with this crinkled seam binding. So I wanted this to have a lot of neutral pages in it and not so many printed digitals. And I wanted most of the pops of color to actually be in the ephemera. So we do have some pockets here. It looks like she did this out of some, oh, what is that? Like some ribbon of some sort. And I love this green polka dot on the inside. But right here, this right here is from Raindrop Lila. And this is just one of her envelopes. And you have a little card in there. See if I can get it back down in there. So that goes in that pocket there. And I don't remember where a lot of these digitals came from. We have a fabric flip here. This is one that she included with the journal cover. All of her journal covers, she does include a fabric flip, and then the one in the back was one that was in my stash that I had made quite a while ago. This right here is a little pocket that's been sewn into the signature, and that was made from one of the silverware napkin bags from Rachel at Roxy Creations. It is, what is that? Paper, anyway, yeah, I'm drawing blanks today. And this right here is actually an envelope. And so we have a pocket here. And I think I struggled before getting this in here. Come on. Okay. Maybe this way. There we go. So we have that little envelope, and it can be opened completely out for journaling space. And then we have a little pocket here with a little journaling card there. And then we have some, I believe this is vintage music sheet. And then some of the straw paper. There it is. That's what these bags are made out of. Straw paper. And then we have a pocket here. And we have 3 journaling cards in here. And then we have that one. And then we have some antique rag paper, book page, and some Florentine paper. And then we have a side pocket there with a journaling card down in there. And then on this side, we have the same thing. A journaling card in there. Another digital there that's been bagged. This is an over-the-page belly band. There is a little pocket there, and it looks like I forgot to stick something in there. So why don't we just get this little piece of coffee dyed paper and maybe stick that in there for a little bit of journaling space. You can put something behind there. This is the other side, and it has 2 pockets with little tags in there that can be written on the bag. And that just slides up under there. And then this is just clipped on. This was made out of some type of brochure paper. When I go to estate sales, and I hadn't been in forever, I just grab whatever it is that they have in their office section. And these brochures were in there. And they're already like scored for the where you would fold them out. So I just thought that was fun. And then this has some coffee dyed ticking on it with some antique rag paper, and then just an image put there. And this is just a journaling card. There's joy. That is my word for this year. I have to say I've not been doing too great on that, but hey, I'm trying. And then this was one of Roxy's weekly challenge. You can write on here. You can also write on there with a bold pen. And then it has a large journaling card in there that can be written on as well. Now, on these, you can glue them down, but I decided just to paper clip it in there. There we go. Then we have an avocado dyed coffee filter and coffee dyed stencil lined paper there. It's another digital avocado dyed with rose stencil. And then over here we have this that I made, and we have a large journaling card in there, and then we have the large journaling card in there, and I believe these papers are chapter 1 if I'm not mistaken. Some more antique book page, and got a little side pocket here that wraps around again. That's made out of an envelope. And then over here we have this is actually an envelope that folds completely out, and you can journal all on the inside of that. Kind of some secret journaling, where the journaling like here is not out and in your face. And then here is just another piece of paper that can be opened up and journaled on. And again, this was Rachel at Roxy Creations Weekly Challenge. And so that opens up, and then we have this here. This is the middle of the signature. And then we have another one of those envelopes that folds out in this little tuck here. And all that paper on the inside can be journaled on. Then we have another side pocket here. And this actually flips out, is an envelope. You can put something in there, some tickets, some kind of memory or what have you that you would like there. And then over here we have a journaling card on the other side. More antique book page. Another one of those big pockets that we made with a large journaling card there on the side. And then another, if we can get a hold of it, there we go. Large one here at the top. So that just goes down in there. Avocado dyed paper. Digital, some more of that lined coffee dyed stencil paper. And then we have another one of these. That was Rachel at Roxy Creations. And we have a large journaling card in there that can be written on. Get that back down in there. And that just paper clips right there. And then over here, this is another like envelope that can be opened completely out. Lots of journaling places in there. So in this journal, there is lots of journaling spaces. Some, of course, out in the open. And then some like this that is a bit more secret. If you wanted to share your journal with a friend or family member, you could certainly do that. And all of your writing will not be exposed. It's the other side of that antique rag paper from Rachel. I'm not sure if it's actually a sheet I got from her or from one of the books. And then this is another one of those brochure trifolds. And again, it was already, when I bought it, had the score marks. So all of that can be written on. You would just want to make sure, because it is glossy, that it's not a pen that will, you know, bleed. So that is just paper clip there. Then we have another over the page belly band. We have another little pocket here, and I don't really see anything close. Let's see if that'll fit in there. Oh yeah, that'll fit in there. Lots of journaling space on there. And then we have, in this side of the belly band, this is gorgeous paper. I'm not sure whose it is, but it is beautiful. And that just goes in there. Have lots of those pre-made. And then another digital avocado dyed paper. And over here, this was another one of Rachel at Roxy's Weekly Challenge. So we just, again, have a sheet of paper in here that can be opened up and journaled on for some secret space. And this is with Rachel's digital as well. And this digital, I believe, is chapter 1 papers. And then in our little bag up here, we have another envelope where you could put something secret in there if you choose to. Isn't that pretty? I think that was Roxy's weekly challenge as well. And as you all know, if you've been watching Florentine Paper, Antique Book Page, we side tuck. Oh, I didn't back that. Okay, well, that's all right. But yeah, we used a lot of our pre-made ephemera that we had, just pulling out things that we thought would coordinate with pink. And I actually still have a basket full. And that is another envelope that can be pulled out and journaled on. And that just goes in that pocket there. Like that pink there. Here's our other fabric flip for some secret journaling space. And then back here, this was also one of hers. This is her something Australian kit, I believe. And I only know that because of the kangaroos. But yeah, I think this was made out of an envelope that I just folded in half this way. So this right here was the envelope. So it had a huge, huge window in it. So I just folded it, put 2 pockets in here, put some stuffies down in there. And then we have, this is just some antique book page. When you take it out, you still have a pretty there. So if you wanted to take this out and use it somewhere else, you certainly could. Another antique book page, and that is rag paper. So that goes in there, and then that just goes in the back pocket. So that, guys, and she is a fatty for sure. She does lay pretty flat, but yeah, she is just packed full of goodies. Very much a writing journal, even though she does have lots of goodies inside. Oh, let's see if we can get this without it popping up. Okay. All right. Hello, fingers. All right. So there we go. And lots of that seam binding on the side. Yep. She's pretty thick. Look at that, guys. All right. So that is our pink journal. Our final flip through of that one. So thank you all so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. It is time to get off to work, and hopefully today when I come home, I've got to do some organizing because I seriously have stuff just thrown and strewn everywhere all around me. So I need to get some cleaning up done there, and then hopefully we will be able to start on our next project, which will be a no-sew journal. Start to finish. So I'm excited about that. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. Thank you all so much for your support, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.